Hello, how are you doing this fine evening? See my little total mess. Wait, nope, there we go. Um, Phil, I see you do know what a schedule is. I knew you were lying. Well, yes and no. I knew I had said I'd come on here because I want to be supportive of all of those who are feeling sad and lonely and abandoned because there's no late TV shows to watch except for reruns because of the writer's strike. But I did not get around to do any of the preparing I wanted to do because actually I was going to look up some articles and maybe come up with some jokes about them. But instead, I spent the day in the emergency room, and I got this nifty blue thing here as a souvenir. Fortunately, it's the only souvenir I got, but it basically took all day to get it. Uh, but an upshot is from that trip. Hey, Stan. Yes, and you guys made it too. Excellent. But a upshot to the emergency room visit is that they scanned my head. They made a um, either an MRI or a CT scan, whatever. They put me in a device. And gat 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 bang 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 gat 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 gat. But the other one that has more room, there is very finely trend pictures of my brain from many levels, many directions. Full circle around of my brain. Um, so I'm going to order the CDs with scan in the hospital, and once I get those in, then I'll do my dunce cap stream that I've been talking about because I think that'll into that. I think it'll work nicely. And as far as what happened, I'm going to answer the questions in the order they were posed, Stan and then Jesse. Um, I had a little dizzy, and earlier today it was worse. In fact, whenever I kind of bent down and turned my head, the room started to spin. And as I was leaving for work, uh, the hallway turned upside down, and I fell over. And I said, "Well, you know what? I don't know what this is. I do know that dizziness can come with heart issues. I've had heart issues, so I better get myself to the emergency room." And so, the emergency room, myself, they were talking to me and asking me questions. And they first said, after the usual, well, no, they didn't draw the blood initially. Initially, they just put in the IV. But initially, they were the triage nurse or med tech, whatever she was, said, "Okay, I'm going to fast track you. So, have you had anything in the last half hour or so?" I said, "Well, no, not really, except when I got out of the car and was gonna walk toward the elevator, I got super dizzy and almost fell over again." And that's when she decided that, okay, you will have to see a doctor. You will have to have the full workup because we don't know. She thought initially it was just some case of allergy-related vertigo, maybe. She wasn't sure. But also the fact I was on a bunch of blood thinners. I occasionally get my head conked, uh, which can be bad on blood thinners. But so what was wrong was vertigo. And so what happened was I fell down. What was wrong? It was horrible vertigo. And one thing I can say about vertigo that is positive, if you have it, you won't have to drink. Because at least to me, it feels just like I'm on my third or fourth White Russian. and, um, what also for me, but on the downside, what I hated was even when, especially if I closed my eyes, it's when I closed my eyes that's when I could really feel things spinning. So it would be terrible trying to sleep with that, I would think. So did they find anything? Actually, no, they did not, which is good because no brain bleeds, no sign of a stroke, no heart issues, no nothing. But what they did find, because the doctor did, follow the light and then, turn your head that way quickly. And when I turned my head that way, boom, vertigo hit, dizziness hit. So basically, we ended up back at my original theory that because I've had this before, much less severe, where it's related to allergies. And I have terrible, terrible seasonal allergies. I'm allergic to anything you care to mention that I've been tested for. I will say, yep, I'm allergic to that. Yep, allergic to that. So I moved to a place where there's no real winter to speak of. So in the spring and summer, it's pollen, and in the fall and winter, it's mold. So I'm always hacking and coughing, and occasionally getting little bouts of dizziness because the inner ear starts acting up. And that's what the doctor ultimately concluded. It was the inner ear. So I now have yet another medication to take. This one is meclizine. And they're chewables, so I can pretend they're like Flintstone vitamins or something. Hey, Carrie, welcome. Happy to have you here, even for a few minutes. And ZXL Master, guess who? I don't know. Uh, I, I give up. Who? Anyhow, welcome to the two of you. Um, but yeah, it basically took them all day to get me through the tests and everything, and so it was about 8:30, about 8 p.m. when I got out of there, and then I went to work and a couple hours, and then came home. Although everybody was telling me, "Why did you come into work for just 2 hours?" Well, I don't have a whole lot of I don't have a whole lot of leave time left after my heart incident last year, so I'm trying to build it back up. So every bit of immediate commander or sorry supervisor understood. Holy cats! It's like you treat meds to people. I kind of wish that the last nurse I'd seen remembered that I was on 1.2 billion blood thinners when she took out the what are those called? Thing they put liquid through and draw liquid out. Yeah, I am far more tired than I was hoping to be to do this, so my brain is not braining very well. But as I said, I have proof that it's in there now. Uh, she took it out, put on a standard band-aid and a piece of cotton. And by the time I got over to the hospital's IV, thank you. By the time I got over to the hospital's pharmacy to pick up my new medication that should take care of the vertigo, which it actually has. It makes me a little tired, but I'm no longer falling over, so that's a good thing. Because one pill made it better, and then a second pill pretty much cleared it up by the time they let me go. But got to the pharmacy to pick it up. That one bandage that she'd put on, the pharmacist said, "You better go over and have that take a look at it again. It looks like it's about to burst." And yeah, sure enough, she had put a piece of cotton, and then one of kind of seal over it and bulging out, and it was pretty much full of blood. So that's why I have the blue souvenir. The uh, second medtech I saw, there's also a story involved with that, but I think it's something you basically would have to see. Uh, but yeah, so he put a bunch of gauze in there, and then wrapped it tightly in this, which is what they did at the other hospital when they were patching me up or pulling the IVs. So I think the nurse just forgot, you know, uh, people to deal with. The form must be awesome. Possibly, possibly. In fact, when you read the bottle, it says, and like I said, these are chewables, so they're chew 1 to 2 tablets, 25 to 50 milligrams total, by mouth 3 times a day as needed. So 1 to 3, so basically 1 to 6 pills a day is what I can take. So 4 might indeed be awesome. We'll find out. And yes, I did go down to Valley. Uh, just because that's where my primary physician is out of, and that's where most of the treatments have taken place. The only time I've ever gone to Harborview was the actual when I had the heart attack at work, and Harborview is that's where everybody from that place goes. But they did ask me if I wanted to go to Harborview or Valley, and at that time Harborview was closer, so I said Harborview, which was a good choice, given what I found out later. Um, Not gun. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have a gun at the hospital, Carrie. Uh, so you were leaking like I was probably, and I'm feeling okay. Although one of the people I work with said that she's gonna come over here and teach my cats a lesson because they should have done something to help when I fell over. And then she said she'd also get me a walker. So um, yeah, but I told her that that she'd have to worry. I'll get one of those little kegs that Saint Bernards wear and put it around the furry cat's neck, and so that if I because I kind of I didn't fall head over what is it, ass over tea kettle, whatever it is. I just kind of up against the wall and sort of fell down a bit. And friendly, so and better, yeah, use the walker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll probably come into work and then she'll actually have a walker for me one of these days. Um, but anyhow, yeah, Carrie, I was on my own, but uh, again, I was not super concerned because I didn't. Well, I was only because I couldn't tell whether it was heart attack or something, or heart related or something else. But I never really lost consciousness, so I didn't think it was a stroke or anything like that. Um, okay, Stan, it's ZXL Master is playing a Pokemon game, not me. He's trying to collect moderator wrenches on every stream on YouTube. But anyhow, as I said, I ended up not being able to really do the kind of half-assed mockery of a late night talk show that I was planning on doing, um, because I just didn't have any time to prepare, and getting a little the drugs are kind of making me tired. So the only jokes I really have would be we can look at some Flapper Fanny cartoons, or if and I can always rant about the things that are annoying me in the news of late, like the office workers refusing to go back to the office. Um, well, compared to some, yeah. Although it, there aren't really a lot of punchlines. That'd be the one problem with the monologue. Um, but yeah, so that's the story of my day. Although it's kind of nice that you hear Carrie, because one thought that did pop into my head is that um, we've got Dan in the hospital in Great Britain. We got you in and out of the hospital down in Australia, so it would be kind of fitting if I ended up in the hospital again. Then we just need someone in the Far East, China or Japan, and then we'd have the entire globe covered. Speaking of, hello, it is Dan from the Welsh News Network. Welcome, welcome. And you missed the opening monologue, but that's as Stan said. Uh, yeah, there you go. That would be efficient. But they didn't let me stay. They kicked me out. Said no, got to go to work a couple more days before I get my vacation. Um, and there's Cap. Hello, sir. Uh, well, we can, as I said, we can look at a. We get. Yeah. Oh! Is that the new? Is that the new? I get 4,000 watch hours and monetized, and you guys get to put me in the hospital. Is that the new bargain? No, no. The few days I spent there was quite enough for me. Oh. And as always, let me know if the sound or image gets all screwed up. And I'll put out the link, which I totally forgot to do. Uh, any day above ground is still a good day. Yeah. Yeah, since we're on the topic, I actually was having a conversation with somebody, I think it was last Friday morning, and was sort of telling the story of the time I was thinking seriously about um, getting myself killed, and I'd seen the perfect opportunity, and that's when I realized, oh well, maybe I should look into kind of getting this mental problem fixed, and it was triggered by people who were talking about that people had thought about how they you know what would the world be like if they like disappeared tomorrow, with if their friends disappeared tomorrow. And I said that I had that thought, and then I had just had it actually that morning. I thought about what happened, and she said, "Well, it's good you didn't, because I would have been really mad if you weren't around." And so I just need so, but I was already thinking about something else because I was running late. And so I think I'll be talking to her again Friday. I have to ask, hey, do you remember that comment last Friday? Why would you be mad if I was dead? That seemed kind of odd that people would be mad about it. So I don't know. And there's Phil. Hello, it's Dr. Phil.
Yes. Well, if you're silly enough to let me up, I'm going to take the opportunity.
Oh, I let anybody up. Uh, so
Oh, feel special now. Yeah, thanks.
Hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to you. But so, what's on your mind?
Oh, not a whole lot. I was just perusing Jeremiah Payne's stream. What a shit show that is.
Oh,
Jeez.
he's making a fool of him. He still hasn't deleted his channel, huh?
No, no, surprisingly not. No, no, no. Now he's gonna go. Now he. This is good. And Dan, you'll appreciate this. So he's been e-begging and e-begging for I don't know weeks now. And he just pulled up his YouTube analytics and informed his entire audience that in the last year he's made $11,000. So, exactly why he's begging from his subscribers to support his life, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Well, $11,000. God, I wish my little sideline new low games made me $11,000.
Right, but his whole shtick has been, I don't have a job, I can't get a job, and I don't have any money. You got to support me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Oh
can't make that stuff up.
no, I like Liz's comment. How did you survive? Um, Got to be a story there.
Um, I have I don't view the internet as a real place, so to me it's just rather humorous. So I have a pretty good sense of humor about it all. I don't. Uh, some of it is extremely tragic, and I feel really bad for. They have a 5-year-old daughter, and I really feel really bad for that situation. I just see it as somebody who's stuck in a belief system and cannot get themselves out of it, no matter what.
Yeah, the soft sit cult. Yeah, that is actually I like your suggestion, Liz, and I'm looking for a list. But God damn it, if all the newspapers haven't gone with paywalls, I even have to register if I want to just read one free article. And I don't know if I want to. Um,
Oh, interesting anecdote about this. So yeah, while he was live streaming, apparently there was someone outside their hotel, and he was so concerned that he had to rush out of the hotel room to check it out. He was just sure those MFers were coming for him. And within about maybe 30 seconds after he supposedly left the room to check this out, he posted his Cash App in the chat.
uh-huh. Okay. As someone who spent a lot of time in hotels and motels, there's always somebody hanging around outside.
I know, but he was so concerned
Ah,
for his safety. He was just sure somebody was coming to attack him, but yet he
oh,
had time to post his Cash
ah,
App. Hey, Dan.
You was going to
hello.
point out that 11,000, that's only money direct through YouTube. So that's only his advert revenue plus his super chat revenue.
Right. But here's
He
my point. If
but
you're
he
gonna
takes
say
most of his money via PayPal and Cash App and Venmo.
right, and he's not telling us what that is. But here's my point. If you're gonna go out on a live stream and you're gonna say, I can't afford to stay here. I have this beautiful daughter. I need your help. And yet you're getting income. Why aren't you paying for your own life?
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if he's earning 11,000 direct through YouTube, remember that's after they've taken their cut off because that
Right.
figure appears after their percentage.
Yeah.
He's probably earning closer to 40,000 a year.
Wow, they take that much.
No. With his Cash App, with his PayPal, with his
Oh, oh,
Venmo,
oh,
which you
oh,
can't
oh, oh.
see, but given how many of his audience mostly use those, he discourages people from paying him through YouTube.
Because they
Right.
take that. Yeah.
So you could
Interesting.
treble roughly that income that he has from YouTube because his ad revenue will be next to nothing. because he always deletes his streams, so no one can watch them, so you can't get any ad revenue.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. He has to save the streams, and people have to watch them on replay to
Yeah.
get the revenue. That's yeah. Oh, duh. That's duh to me. That hadn't occurred to me, but yeah, that's extremely counterproductive if you're trying to make your living doing YouTube.
Yeah, and of course he's got his merch store as well. So you're roughly talking, ballparking it, about 40,000 is what he puts in his pocket each year.
Yeah, jeez. Maybe I should be one of the cool kids. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, actually, here, this is even better.
I spent the day telling people I was sitting at home in my recliner in my underwear, typing with two thumbs. So I don't want to dissuade anybody from that idea.
Yeah, no, I got a little bit irritated because some people that work in offices that I interact with so often, they're upset that they have to come back in to work on
And you
every day.
won't like me.
Well, it's just that these are the people that were demanding. They got to stay at home all the time, and they were demanding that everybody else had to wear masks, even working with empty parking garages. And I have a job that it can't be done from home, so I have all throughout the whole thing where I had to go into work. So I get irritated when people this was a benefit that was given because of extraordinary circumstances, and those are now more or less past. So again, I don't fault individuals if they have some reason for it. I just don't like the behaving that it's something that was part of the bargain when they signed on, because for a lot of people it wasn't. But on to shows that are on hold. I like that suggestion actually. Nobody has faces now. Oh, and now Dan screwed me up by putting up.
Yeah, I've gone and found my dragon.
Yeah.
I'm a crappy YouTuber. I have no avatars. I have my real first name out there. I'm crap at everything.
I wouldn't even know how to put up an avatar. I should figure
Oh,
that out.
come on, Phil. We all know your real first name is Peter. Oh, damn.
Yeah, right. I do have a stock email account that I did set up under a former manager, and his name was Pete. So
Oh,
Oh, doing the avatars easy. You see over the top left where you've got little version of yourself with your volume and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
See the three dots at the top. Click on them and just change avatar.
Hmm. Oh, over there to the left, the other left.
Yeah.
Ah, change avatar. Okay, excellent. I shall have to do that. Um,
except
but
I don't have an avatar.
oh well, you should get one, or I'll. Hey, I can maybe give you one. Ah, no, I can't. Darn it.
That's okay. My wife does it. I'll have her make me one.
Actually, I'm looking at this list of some of the shows that are already stopped production. I didn't realize some of these were still in production. Let me. Is this the? Yeah, no, this is the current one. Night Court.
Okay. Yeah.
They no
Usually
longer. They've
that's
stopped.
a shame.
Yeah. Power Book 3, Raisin Canon. I have no idea what that is. It's on Stars. That's why. Don't have that. Cobra
No.
Kai. There's a show I didn't realize was still on. Season 6. My God. These aren't fun times, he says. The John Hurwitz, who is, I don't know, head writer on the show, maybe? I've never watched it. That is the Karate Kid in the current day.
Spin-off thing, yeah.
Yellow Jackets. I've heard good things
Oh
about.
man, because we've been watching that season, and they're kind of slowly dripping out the episodes. Now it's on hiatus.
Season 3. Yep, they have stopped work on it on the scripts. Abbott Elementary. There's another show I know exists but have never seen.
Never heard of it.
It's a comedy about a I think it comedy about it that's set in a grade school. So about the faculty.
Okay, so not missing much then.
Let's see what Liz sent. Let's see. Ooh, I have a research staff now. This is like a real talk show.
Oh wow, I feel like I'm on the big time now.
Yeah, Sean.
But the question is, does your research staff hate you and just send you off to the wrong topic just for the shits and giggles of it?
Oh,
Well,
probably.
he'll know if a porn site opens up.
Here they go. All the shows. Oh, yeah. Good point. Oh, look. I see a dog up there now.
Yes,
Oh, so
that's
your wife
my,
was
my
actually right there to put up the avatar. Okay.
no. I found a photo I could use. That's my little Roddy Riley.
Okay.
Oh, cute dog.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
she's wonderful.
So
Oh, did
variety.
you see that Steve has a theme song now, by the way, Phil?
Yes.
Very fitting. I mean, it is spot on fitting. Um,
It had to be
Production
done, Steve.
while you were
the production values are growing on this show.
while you were playing it, though, I was sitting in the emergency room on my cell phone, so I didn't really have a chance to get the URL or anything on that. So I'll have to go back and look at your stream and figure out what the title of that is.
I
Yeah,
think it's called I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore.
I'll have to show it over here too, I think. Let's take a look, see if I can find it. Then we'll get back to the actual topic because I found a more complete list thanks to my research staff. Uh, I guess
Dan,
I
Dan,
can't
did you
mention the
know
name.
there's a topic?
What?
Dan, did you know there's a topic?
I thought it was the same topic as always. Steve has an idea in his head and then squirrel!
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Let's see.
I thought that's why we all liked it.
It's a fast-moving show. This one.
And then we all play the game of trying to say the most outrageous things in the chat while Steve's doing a serious bit so that we can throw him completely out the window.
Right.
I used to look good naked. Let's see what we got. Is that the title?
No, I think
Used to
it's
look so
I
beautiful.
don't look good naked anymore.
Oh, I don't look. Oh, I don't look naked anymore. Song actually is it's been looked for so often it auto populates. It's the Snake Oil Willie Band. It's who performs it. Okay, I'm gonna open that one up so it's ready to play a little later because I actually am interested in seeing the show because I knew that obviously the talk shows were immediately affected by it. Although,
Oh, thank God.
uh,
Oh, wait, no, not supposed to say that, are we? Oh, no, that's terrible news. Oh, how will we ever survive?
although I have to admit, I haven't really watched any of them regularly in many years. But when I have caught bits and pieces, I'm surprised that they have writers. Um, some of it just seems so lame that I figured they had to be ad libbing their monologues. Um, but let's see. So late night shows: Jimmy Kimmel Live, CBS's Late Show, NBC's Tonight, and Late Show, and of course the British guy that did uh, the car karaoke. I forget his name. Uh,
Oh, dear
James
God,
Corning.
not him.
yeah, James. James what? Yes, James something.
Corning.
Yes.
Corden, isn't it?
Yeah, James
Yeah.
Corden. He ended his show right before the writer's strike. So,
You mean they fired his ass?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
He got tuckered before he got tuckered before Tucker did.
Good. He thoroughly deserves it.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him. I've only seen, like I said, bits and pieces of it.
He believes his own shit doesn't smell,
Yeah.
and he treats people atrociously.
Okay, well, now
Yep.
that's the bad part.
He will throw shit at staff members. He'll scream, shout, call them every name under the sun, insist that he should be treated like he's the fucking king of England everywhere he goes instead of some second-rate hack.
I in no way mean this offensive, Dan, but I'll treat him like the King of England because that's a made up thing to me.
Good.
Oh, so you're coming to my big party rather than the one that Charles is throwing then. That's
Yes.
good.
He's another one like Ricky Gervais. He's just as bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, I mean, I've liked some of his actual acting roles that he's done, but the only thing I've seen him do that I at least personally enjoyed comedy wise was when he was sort of going after the sort of cancel culture woke thing. I kind of enjoyed those rants.
Yeah,
But
but he was only going after them because they were trying to get his ass cancelled for being a hideous human being.
right. And that's I also had the but in there is because I remember when he was trying to get people kicked out of their gigs. So he like you said, he's a terrible human being.
I wonder if I still have the tape of it somewhere. I have the best comedy routine he ever did. It's the one where he falls off the stage and passes out.
I have not seen that one. And yes, Aish, everything is good. No flashing lights, no superpowers, no nothing.
Aw,
Yeah,
better luck next time.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
I know
So
all these cartoons and superhero stuff, they all screwed us royally. They promised us if we got all these weird and wonderful injuries, we'd get these superpowers.
yeah. Usually when the room spins and you fall over, you're either supposed to wake up in a different dimension or you just get drawn into it. Or yeah, that's when the superpowers manifest themselves. But nope, not for me.
It'll come tomorrow because the radioactive substance hasn't worked its way through your body yet from the IV.
Actually, it could be stage one of the transformation was the mysterious health situation, and the
Yeah, there you go.
next stage is these supposed meclizine pills they gave me.
Right, right.
Um, oh, and order my trifold while you're at it.
With the rubber band.
Yes.
No, you can't be him because you're not claiming those pills make you pick up 5G signals.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's coming. Once I get
No,
the first.
but he is claiming they make him a constitutional law scholar. So.
Yeah.
Well, if they're strong enough opiates, they might.
Let's see. Last week tonight with John Oliver. I'm going to stop here a second. Has anyone ever found John Oliver funny?
I do. I like him.
Really?
I do quite like him. Some of the stuff he does.
Okay.
Some of
He
it's
didn't-
over the top silly. But come on, you've got to admit, having the giant squirrel come out with the check with "Eat Shit Bob" on it was funny.
Okay. Yes. All right. That I will grant you that one. Yes. But every time I've tried watching, I wasn't fond of him on the Daily Show, and every time I tried watching him, I tried watching this week tonight or last week tonight. Sorry, I've always I basically because there's a few excerpts you can watch, and I've been watching him on those. And went,
The Trump cowboy ads,
okay, I haven't.
Yes.
those were funny.
Okay.
Yes, those
Where
are
he
fine.
was trolling President Trump or then candidate. I can't remember, was he president or candidate at that point? But he
No,
was
he's-
trolling Trump on Fox by having this cowboy do adverts specifically aimed at educating Trump.
All right, I will try to look those up because I those I'm unaware of. But
Yeah, he's the catheter cowboy.
okay.
Don't ask. You don't want to know, don't ask.
But yeah, like I said, I probably like those. As I've said a couple of times, I was making fun of Trump before it was the cool thing to do. Abbott Elementary, we talked about that one. That's on hiatus. The reason John Oliver came up is that the last week Tonight Show
I thought he was his own writer.
is well, maybe he's WGA
Probably
and
not.
he's striking, uh, which is kind of odd, but okay. Abbott Elementary, they list Big Mouth it's a Netflix animated series, was 6 weeks into writing the 8th and final season, and bang. Oh, they would have finished writing it in August without the strike, so they were almost done with their 8th season. Cobra Kai, and I have not seen Big Mouth. I have no idea what that is. Good Omens. I didn't realize they were making a season 2 of that.
Good
Makes
Omens.
sense.
That rings a bell.
Good Omens. It is. It's let's see. David Tennant and Michael Sheen are in it.
Yeah. Oh, it's obviously awesome because Michael Sheen's Welsh.
Yeah. It is an adaptation of a Neil Gaiman, Neil Gaiman novel.
Also, Phil, you would like Michael Sheen because he literally told the Royals to go fuck themselves when they tried to honor him.
Oh yes, I would like him.
Publicly.
I've probably seen him. Actually, I think I've seen that Good Omens. So.
Or he literally went on TV to tell them where they could go shove their honor.
Actually, go ahead.
The thing I don't get about the Royals, Dan, is why are they such a big thing now? That's
Because
what
you
I don't
Americans
understand.
love them and spend a fortune when you come over here to see them.
No, I don't. I wouldn't, but
Plenty of your countrymen do for some really unknown reason.
yeah, I
You
don't.
fought a damn war to get rid of them, and then you spend a fortune to come here and visit them.
That's the American way. Hypocrisy, Dan. That is the American way.
You can have them if you want them. We'll package them up and ship them to you. We'll even pay the postage.
Ooh. I'm looking at possible avatars. But that's what the ooh was about. Oh, and I was going to mention, I was fascinated by an article I came across about Harry being ready to be, quote, embarrassed at the coronation because I guess he'll be the only royal not wearing some sort of dress military uniform because he gave up all the honorary ranks once he gave up the job of being a professional member of the royal family.
So why doesn't he wear the uniform he earned with his rank he earned?
See, that was the first thought that popped into my head, and then the second thought was that because supposedly this was an inside source that was telling him this, telling the reporter this, that he was ready to be embarrassed. My first it was, yeah, well, wear your uniform with your own honors and ranks. I mean, you must have done something, right?
He hasn't got any honors, but he's got ranks.
Yeah, okay. And then the second thought was, just list my thought. Okay, first, why don't wear your own uniform? And two, if you feel that it's some sort of shame or embarrassment that you don't get to wear the things that you just kind of get because you happen to be a working royal, why'd you quit? I mean, did you not think this thing through?
He's Harry. Of course he didn't think it through. Although it's Harry. He could always wear the uniform that they took all those pictures of him wearing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was even on the cover of his book, I think. Or at least it was... Oh, are you talking about a different uniform?
The Nazi uniform.
The Nazi?
Oh, yeah.
I think I missed this one.
Oh, yeah. See, what most Americans don't realize is we don't hate Harry because he's with, what's-her-face, Meghan Markle. No, we hated Harry before she came along. We quite like her because she's taken him away. He's your problem now. You deal with him.
No, he's Canada's problem. He's not my problem.
Yeah. That's I guess one bright spot. I'd have to look up that Nazi uniform, but now I'm curious to see what other shows are off the air.
Oh yeah, they've got him there in uniform with the swastika on his arm, doing the full salute.
Oh my God! What? This is some sort of
It's a party.
theme party of some sort, or
Yeah.
fancy dress, whatever it's called. Um, oh, Gutfeld is off the air.
Oh darn.
Um, that's also one of those quote comedy shows that's extremely hit and miss. House of the Dragon. Again, I'm the only one in the world that has not seen Game of Thrones or the.
No. I have not seen a single episode.
Huh. I started trying to read the first book many years ago and got irritated.
Wait,
And
I thought they'd done with Game of Thrones.
they are, but they've made a sequel or a
Oh dear
prequel, I guess.
God!
A prequel.
Yeah, it's about is it House Targaryen that has all the dragons?
No, the thieving
Yeah.
gits. They're Welsh.
It's yeah. The Welsh have all the dragons in the real world, but in the sort of squint your head and turn and squint your eyes and turn your head sideways. That is in the George R. Martin novels.
You mean drill holes in your head? Because that's the only way that stuff's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, a lot of people love that show to death. I like
That's because they showed a lot of tits on the show.
Well, then I need to start seeing that. Yeah.
Let's be honest. A lot of teenage boys watch that show. I wonder why. Violence, sword fights, and tits. Yeah, that's not going to get you a teenage boy market at all.
I like this Hiccup Harry. That's an interesting nickname. Let's see. He comes here, and someone will escort him to the nearest bear den. Now, where are you again in the world? Ash Alshin. Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose now, just because. And she is.
Yeah, you're on your own with this one because they're going to kill you.
And also up in Canada. Okay, cool. I've heard good things about that. And there was a friend who wanted me to go see it, but unfortunately, I work really strange hours, and I was unable to go on the night they were going. So we have House of Dragon that stopped because of the writer's strike. The second season is going to be delayed. Wrapped Shit. I've never heard of that. Don't know what that is. Issa Rae is the person starring in it. Don't know who that is. I'm old and ignorant.
No, that's Monday night stream.
Yeah. Apparently, that series was in April. Oh, production wrap. So that one is going to be going ahead. So why did she list it on here? I don't know. Okay. Aish. I know. I was just being, obnoxious. Yeah. Saturday Night Live. Of course.
What are they all striking for, anyway?
Residuals off of things airing on streaming services, and also a rejiggering of certain content. As I understand it, I'm no longer in that game anymore. But and maybe if Stan is still here, maybe he knows more directly than I do. But definitely more residuals from shows when they get streamed, because right now that's not in the old contracts, and retuning and renegotiation of deals for streaming services and content made for streaming and YouTubing and stuff like that.
Oh, so a shit ton more money, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
We signed this contract and now we're not happy with it, so we're going to go on strike till you pay us more money.
Yeah.
No, screw you.
Yeah.
Don't sign the next one if you don't like the deal. don't sign the contract.
And I also, and I don't know how accurate this is, because I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the conversation, but there's also some aspect of this that apparently relates to an increased use of freelancers on these shows. So
And
independent contractors rather than writers' rooms are being drawn on increasingly by studios and TV series and things like that. Where at least when I was on the fringes, a lot of times the concept for episodes or the basic story would might come from a freelancer, an outside source, but the writer room was generally doing the work because they're right there to do fixes as things are unfolding, and they're in the union and they're on the payroll. Um, yes, Surrender Monkey. I, I will admit my grasp of history is about half a step below Mr. DeCastro's grasp of history. So yes, um, I thought the Nazi Party was some sort of precursor to the NRA, the National Recovery Act. um,
no.
yeah, no, I know. But actually, the NRA popped into my mind, and the whole idea there, because I saw this whole. This is years ago, but this whole Twitter thread. I think it was on Twitter. Long thread about how people were upset that that the NRA were Nazis, and the proof that they ultimately showed was the the little graphic for the NRA that was put on films and on all kinds of things back in the 30s, and they had no idea that the NRA today and the NRA then are two different things. One, and apparently had no idea about what the NRA was and how it came into being. So yeah, that's why I made that joke. Yeah, I did ask. This was a party. Yep. No, I know. I'm agreeing with you. Oh, there's news. So Phil hasn't given birth. Okay, that's good because when he does, then that his offspring will then impregnate itself and ultimately give birth, and then the next. And I'm telling you, Cap, they're going to overrun the world. Have you guys seen his warning to the world? He's discovered the truth about Mr. DeCastro.
Oh,
If you haven't seen that, we'll have to watch it tonight, just so if everyone is warned.
yes, please.
Okay, let's see. Saturday Night Live is off. The Talk. No idea what The Talk is, but apparently they have pre-recorded shows they're going to be airing.
I'm going to guess it's a talk show.
That would make a lot of sense. Yellow Jackets, I already saw that one was off. Oh, that's actually not a lot of shows. I thought it would be, but those are the ones that have impacted immediately. The others will come the fall. We won't have a whole lot of new stuff.
Is it just TV or is it TV and film?
I think it's film as well, but I'm not entirely sure.
Crap! There goes the Christmas box office releases.
And film is, I mean, film is a lot more independent contractor when it comes to writers, and a lot more outside. They buy scripts from outside people all the time. So yeah, while I'm sure there are WGA writers that are striking against the films, but I think this is mostly against TV and streaming services because those are the ones where you've got actually even the film studios because the streaming residuals come in from films. Oh, it said, oh well, all the TV shows and movies affected is the list, so there should be some movies, but I guess this is a list that they're going to be adding to as they go because right now there's no movies on the list. But yeah, there definitely are, of course, union people who are writing the films. Uh, But
Can I have a squirrel moment?
yeah,
Just because I saw Becca and it reminded me of something that happened in Jeremiah's screen. So Jeremiah had Josh Lanto come up, broken system, broken trust. And so hence the reason I said it was a shit show, because the two of them together is just, it's comedy gold, but it's also mind numbing. But he tried, Josh tried to make fun Frauditor Wrangler because Frauditor Wrangler has a YouTube wife, and they have little fun in their chats together. And so now Josh is just sure that Frauditor Wrangler is creeping her out. He just knows this.
I can't think where he got that idea from.
I know, it's just like you think this is a real thing there, Josh? What?
yeah.
I think Josh may have been watching Coded.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I think yeah. Oh, and Jeremiah is going to join forces with Chile to do a mass slanders lawsuit.
I don't think Chili's talking to Jeremiah anymore after he realized Jeremiah conned him.
I'm just telling you what Jeremiah said. He had a long phone call with Chile, and as soon as he settles all of his lawsuits, he's going to move out to California, and they're going to do stuff together.
So that'll be never then.
Right.
I'm here.
Because in order to settle his lawsuits, wouldn't he be required to file them in the first place?
Yes. Now here's the thing, Dan. If I come on your show
Uh-huh.
and I make a comment, otherwise known as a joke, in your chat, I'm slandering him.
Cool. Good job I've got insurance against just that very issue.
Dude, I just like, this isn't slander. I feel like those ladies in that commercial. That's not how any of this works.
Actually,
And of course, it's Broken System, Broken Trust who's going off on all about this. Everyone's slandering him.
I'm not actually sure if you could slander him.
You can't. You have to have a reputation to ruin. That's
Well,
the
no,
whole
I'm trying to
thing.
think
That's what
what
makes it so funny.
I'm trying to think what outrageous thing you could come up with about him that wouldn't be true.
Right. That was the other thing. Like, it's like, okay, everything we're joking with you about is true. You did it.
I mean, the guy literally traded sexual favors for meth
Right.
and has admitted it on live stream.
Right.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
performing certain oral sex acts on other men for meth, Steve, and then admitted
And
it on
not
live
just
stream.
not just that. You got a little extra.
Well, yes, but I don't think he actually said what that extra was on the live. We can all guess, but
Yeah. Reasonable inference.
yeah. I mean,
They
he
may
got
not-
fired from his last, I think it's 4 jobs because they caught him using meth on the premises.
oh my
Yeah.
god. You know,
But see, that's what I'm saying. You have to have a reputation to slander. He has no reputation. There is nothing to slander.
We didn't do much for his reputation when he also illegally aired his own child custody case that he lost.
Yes.
oh, here we go.
And then forgot to to blank out the bit where the judge read his name, his address, and his date of birth out. He forgot to mute the audio for that, so literally doxed himself to everybody.
Oh, that's genius.
Yes.
but then complains that he's been doxxed.
Ah, there we go.
Well, and this is why the two of them are good together, because then Jeremiah posts his phone number on his channel and then complains he's getting text.
Yeah. But the best part is, Steve, it's 4 months ago that BSBT released this video that doxed him. He still hasn't taken it down or edited out the audio. It's still there now.
Okay, let me see if this works. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. I realize the reason I've been silencing myself and futzing around, I was trying to turn people's names on, and I remembered how to do it finally, and no names came on, which makes me sad because they can't recognize you now because your names aren't there. They don't know who you are. People didn't know that Phil was Phil because Phil now looks like a dog.
Easy. Steve's the one you can see. Phil's the dog. I'm the dragon.
Yeah. Although if I do this, here. Now I have a picture too.
Oh, good God.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So
we can just all hide.
Now we're all just circles and they won't know. Although you have a distinctive voice, Dan, so I'm pretty sure everyone knows who you are. Ah, there we go. I can now come back because I think that's actually a live person. Or is that a picture? I don't know. Let's find out.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, I saw you had a panel, and I just got done on another panel. I figured I'd join because I know we've talked on chat. Hey, Welsh, it's good to see you.
I recognize that voice.
Yes, that is. You would have enjoyed it. I just got done explaining to a flat earther how I can measure a distance using a quarter, and they wouldn't accept it. But
yeah, it's Nick Volt who has come on.
Nick Volt. Let me get my camera.
Hey, be fair, Professor.
Oh, sorry, Professor Nick Volt. Yes.
No, I'm off the clock right now.
Yeah,
so
no, but it
Nick
really
Volt
annoys the flat earthers.
Oh,
it does. It really does. I've been having fun with them, man. They have been a source of entertainment. Hold on. How do I? Okay, that and
okay.
I do this. Sorry, I look like crap
There
today.
we go.
So, but,
Yeah, join the rest
like I
of us.
said, I'm off the clock.
Well, that's me every day.
But Steve, you motivated me to get back into.
Oh, excellent.
After the last time we talked.
So what are you guys playing?
I want to do role playing games. I'm getting with some people. We're gonna do Star Trek role playing because I'm a geek.
And because Star Trek's awesome.
Yeah, there is that.
Yes, no spoilers, but the end of Picard is exactly. If you like Star Trek, I still have tears of joy in my eyes. I'll give you a hint.
You just know he's got a model. There we go.
Yes.
Apparently, the end of this wasn't Viridian 3.
No. Well, at least part of it wasn't.
Yeah, part of it. But what are you guys talking about?
Just about everything. We're about to watch a little video by Cap where he finally explains the truth of Chile de Castro, that he is indeed not of this world, and why he has both a man and woman's name. And I was about to play that for the assembly if people are still interested in seeing it.
Give me 1 quick second, Nick. I'm Phil. I don't think we've ever met, but.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name again.
Phil.
Phil. I'm Nick.
Nick. I think me and some friends have been positing a theory that flat earthers are simply moving over to Sobset.
They fascinate me because it's not just the flat Earth which they deny. Like they deny gravity,
Right.
They deny stars, and the one thing which fascinated me, and I don't know how this happens, But I never realized that a great number of flat earthers deny that nuclear weapons exist. Like, it's just such a weird thing. They fascinate me. That's why I like to talk to them, because they're fun. They're fun.
Well, we find that the logic or lack thereof uh, carries over really well to Sovset philosophy. You know, the nuh defense.
Surprising number of them, Phil, are subsets.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
surprise me at
seems
all.
to go hand in hand. It's strange. My wife is angry at me. Like, oh, why are you getting after these people on the internet? They're so dumb. But I'm just amazed by them. And I do it for research, because then I turn around and tell my students, this is why you have to do all this hard work, because otherwise you could just say, oh, the earth is flat. Why is the earth flat? Because when I look out, because people in Australia should fall off the globe.
No, remember, they have an answer to that. Australia doesn't exist.
Right.
That's right. That's right. I did hear that one. And some reason they think like new islands are being formed. It's such a mishmash of anti-intellectualism and anti-science that for me it's a good learning process, because the one thing I agree with, and it's something I'm trying to work on, is
Mm.
is not getting into lecturing mood. And I'm trying not to do that now, because I can see how it comes off condescending. So I actually want to listen to their arguments, and instead of just shouting them down and calling them stupid, I kind of want to ease them into, okay, ugh, I haven't been successful.
I kind of go along with the philosophy.
ZXL.
If you didn't reason yourself into a position, there's no amount of reason that we can give you to show you should value reason.
Yeah, but just recently, like they asked, well, how can you measure a distance to the moon? And I said I can do it using a quarter. And they said, oh, you can't do it. But I'm saying, okay, let me take the challenge. And they wouldn't accept the challenge. They wouldn't accept it, because they knew that I could measure a distance accurately. Which
Right.
means at the end of the day, all of these people, like the sovereign citizens, when you really hold their feet to the fire, going, okay, put your money where your mouth is, they can't do it.
Well, no,
They
look,
can't do it.
One Goat has had for the last 3 years a $5,000 reward for anyone, not just the first person, but anyone who can go and show this whole bullshit, driving without a license bit is really traveling stuff works. He will give them $5,000. He's never had to pay out once.
No. I heard that our friend DLZ is sort of on the you don't need a license to drive
Yeah,
kick.
he is. He's friendly, but then I'm biased. He's
Paul.
also suing me.
He had
Oh,
Paul.
is he? Were you finally blessed with a lawsuit?
I was, but
Laws.
then he's a bit upset with me right now because I turned right back and sued him.
You are my
In the
hero. I haven't been
UK.
on your channel for a while. So, was it a counterclaim, or
No,
you actually did your own
full
lawsuit?
defamation lawsuit in a UK court.
Wow. Okay. So I gotta. My semester's ending, so I haven't been on YouTube, but I need to catch up. That congratulations.
Thank you.
He's
Congratulations.
DLZ is quickly pivoting from the Softset because he has a new trifold out, and he has a rubber band with it. And of course, you can't sell that because he has a little pouch to hold your driver's license, and so you can't really sell that product to people who don't have driver's license.
Hmm.
I don't know what he's doing. He's actually, in defense of Chile, I think he's got a new audience, and he's sort of gone up a little bit in stature. I mean, I get it that obviously he's buying subs, because I did a quick back of the envelope calculation of views versus subscribers.
Yep.
Doesn't match
Yep.
up. I don't really get after people for buying subs. You still got to have good content. And hey, if you want, you can't become rich on YouTube by buying subs, but But I do see that there are a lot of new faces in his chat. I think that thing which he did with that person who got hit by the police car did actually work very well from him. He got a whole new audience. So.
No, it's common. It's normal Chile cycle. People only
Is
spend
it?
about
Is
5 months in his orbit.
Oh, he has a high turnover
Yeah.
rate.
Yes.
So about every
Yeah,
five
I did
months,
see
you'll have
one
a
of his.
new group. You'll have the odd key members who'll stay, like Gloria, Greg B, people like that. They'll stay there forever. But the rest of them, it's a new cycle through. Plus, there's a whole load of Chile supporters who are kind of in jail at the moment, so they can't really be in this chat.
Mhm.
Because ever since the lifting of the COVID restrictions, prosecutors are no longer turning a blind eye to these idiots. They're just going, oh, hell no, jail.
Now, from what I understand, the UK has obviously they have different rules, but is defamation something there which has a lower bar than it does here in the US?
Oh, no. No, 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 no. But defamation over here is viewed much more seriously.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. Um,
To the point, and because of the weird way our legal system works, Chile can't appear pro se.
okay, that's
It's High
right.
Court
That's
because
right.
he's a foreign citizen, therefore he has to hire a rather expensive barrister. A cheap one will
That's
cost him
funny.
about
That's
$1,000 per hour.
I ironically this afternoon I was having a talk with my wife. We were talking about the Indian legal system, which is based on obviously the British, and she was like, "Oh, that person's a lawyer." I'm like, "No, no, no, he is a barrister." I believe in India they wear the
Yeah,
wigs
they still
too
do.
when they go to court.
Yeah, I can only nod to knowingly about that because I've seen them on Law Talk with Mike. So that's how I get informed.
That's right.
That's how
That's
informed
right.
I am.
It's one of the throwback to the days of empire. About a third of the world's legal systems is based on the British system,
It's
which you should
say
all
what you
be
will about the
immensely
British.
grateful for, because otherwise it would be the French system. And have you ever tried to buy property in France?
Have you ever tried to do anything in France?
Buying property is the worst thing you can ever do in France. It will take you almost a year if everything goes perfectly.
That doesn't surprise me. It's funny if sometimes we have scientific conferences, which sometimes are in France. In order for you to present a paper or even an abstract, it has to also be translated in French. You also have to have a French citizen translate it. Now, you being, from the UK, you probably can side with me that, the French do think that their language is as important as English. But and anybody here who's French, I don't mean to insult you. Obviously, since my parents are from India, I'm the British, us, we're like this. We get along very well. But my wife is French, so we have great discussions about the difference between English, the United Kingdom, and France.
All I'm going to say is, haha, France, you suck, you lost.
Yeah.
I'm American. I hate everybody.
As you should,
That's
because
one
as
thing I don't
Americans,
understand.
nobody does
Why
it.
America hates France?
I
You
don't know.
literally would not. No, but I mean, in general,
Yeah, I know.
America
Yes, I agree.
would not exist without France.
Right.
That's
We
true.
would.
You
Yeah,
guys
we
were
would have.
getting your ass kicked until France lent you their navy and 10,000 troops.
Right.
Oh, remember during the Gulf War where it even happened at a local restaurant where they stopped calling French fries because the
Freedom.
France was
Freedom
against
fries.
us going into
Yeah.
Iraq. Yeah, freedom fries. And I was reminding everybody, I go, okay, our relationship with the French it's actually, I would argue, some ways, we should be as close to them as we are with the United Kingdom. I mean, look at their whole revolution, and this obviously it was very bloody, but of course the French have it correct that it's not red, white, and blue, but rather blue, white, and red, as Captain Picard.
No, it's
I,
white, red, and
But
I,
green.
I've never quite understood it, and I never did understand the, I guess, objection, because I understand it from the French perspective. When Reagan flew over France to bomb Lebanon, they get bombings in their cities. So I would be
yeah,
reluctant if I were them to let us use their airspace.
yeah, they're what I think what the French doesn't get enough credit for is aviation. At least here, how we teach in the United States. I mean, most people say, okay, we're the ones with Kitty Hawk, we invented airplanes. And I was like, yeah, we did the Wright brothers flight, but I mean, look at all the parts of an airplane: fuselage, aileron, empennage. These are all French words. But
Yeah,
sorry, I need my glasses.
no,
Anyways,
that,
Yeah, we apologize, Steve. This always happens when you get me and Nick in the same place.
no, that's. I like sitting back and listening to people having an intelligent conversation.
Both history buffs and both scientific backgrounds, so yeah.
And then there's me and Steve.
Well, actually, what's going on here right now? That's what goes on with me 90% of the time out when I'm in the non-digital world, because it's like I've said before, I have a ton of friends who are uh, all have scientific backgrounds and advanced degrees and all sorts of things. Here I am with my two little uh, humanities bachelor's degrees. So, yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
no,
well, contrary to what Sovereign Citizen thinks, um, I really take a dim view when it comes to academic elitism, and I definitely don't subscribe to the theory that just because somebody's college educated, that somehow they have more intelligence or even more worth. I think that's silly.
yeah, no.
Yep.
I again, I put myself down humorously just because of the just it's only chance I know these people, and I know them primarily because they're all role playing gamers, or they at one time or another
Yes.
wrote role playing games on the side or something, or they were fans of something I had done, and that's how I came to know them. And I mean, it's as far as that goes. Think well, one of my parents, maybe both of them, used to joke, both who have degrees or had. They they what was the line that they said? Um, Something along the line that the more educated you are, basically the more useless you are when it comes to practical matters. Um,
Yeah.
I disagree with that concept too. It does not hold. I hold 2 degrees. One in engineering, one in computer languages and sciences.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I can build you a house, build you a tank, anything you bloody like.
my
Yeah. See, we make fun of engineer. My wife is an engineer, us physicists, but can you explain how a shaped charge works? Yes. Can you build one? No, we need the engineers to do that. But she's a chemical engineer. She's orders of magnitude smarter than I am, but that's not saying much.
my
But speaking of role playing games, so Mr. Miller here, I guess you worked on the game Top Secret TSR by TSR.
No, I did not. I love it, but I didn't actually work on it. I worked for TSR, but Top Secret had open
Oh,
source.
when I was a kid, I used to play Top Secret and Shadowrun. I don't know if that was a TSR game.
No, it was from FASA, but Shadowrun.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I love the FASA stuff. The star the Star Trek one, the combat simulator.
Uh-huh.
I used to play that,
That was a good
but I used
game.
to get really into those games. I had this game called Seventh Fleet, which was this huge map. Like games would last for months.
Yep. We
And I get very angry at my mom, where sometimes she'll come and move the pieces around because obviously she's like, "We're gonna clean up the house because I'd set up the bottom floor with this." I'm like, "Why you can't move the pieces?"
yeah we
But now I can't really find that many people to play
we
with.
we had a
So.
game that there was a Star Trek game actually. Oh my gosh, Starfleet Battles. It was called Starfleet Battles,
Mm,
Yeah, I think that's what. Yes.
and
yep. That they then made into a digital game and called it Starfleet Command.
oh, okay. But the Starfleet Battles war game and board game, right when I returned to the states, hooked up with some kids that were playing that, and yeah, we had a game that went on for weeks and weeks, and then someone's
Hmm.
mother wanted it moved, or father or somebody, and uh, I forget how, but ended up moving the board onto a big piece of wood, and then some carrying it around, and uh, so yeah, fortunately we didn't lose our game because. Uh, Somehow I did the impossible in that game. I don't know whether they were just bad players. I was just that good, but I got the Klingons to the threshold of Earth, which should be impossible.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm sure I played this. I just looked it up. This seems very
Yeah,
familiar.
sorry, it wasn't Starfleet Command. It first became Birth of the Federation, then it became Star Trek Armada.
okay,
Oh, the video
Yeah.
game. I've never played Armada. There's a new one coming out. Star Trek. Not leg. Is it Regeneration? Which is supposed to be like quasi role playing. It's supposed to come out this month.
oh,
But then they tried
I
that
play Star Trek
with
Online,
Star
but
Trek Online and they screwed the pooch royally on it.
yeah, Star Trek Online is definitely a fanboy thing. Like, I play it not because it's a good game, but because it's Star Trek and I get to fly around and do missions. But it's incredibly tedious and it's really freaking complicated. Like, the whole crafting system, I'm just like, I have no idea how to do this. Um, and even their wiki isn't that good. But like I said, I only play it because it's Star Trek, and but I did get some of the old ones. Like, I got Dark Forces, which I never got to play when it came out because I used to always have a Mac. But that one's
Oh,
kind of
so
fun.
you missed out on Starfleet Academy then as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never got to play any of the. What I do like, I have on my VR headset. This it's called Bridge
Yeah, I used
Commander.
to play that.
That one is fun, especially when you go on the Galaxy class. It's like, because with the VR set, I'm just like, I am on the bridge of the Enterprise, and some of us take it really seriously. Like, when the captain gives orders, we're like, "Oh, we do this, we do that." It's. I think Star Trek is coming back into its next golden
Well,
age.
yeah, that's because they had sense and had Picard resurrect it.
Yeah, and they finally realized that, what the hell were you doing with Discovery?
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Now, Nick, are you going to get flat earthers to play with you?
No. Apparently, they don't like me very much.
All I know is that I won't play it on a flight sim with Nick.
Oh, that I will do. I can't wait till my semester ends. I've got
Don't
plenty of flight
get
sim
on
stuff.
the plane if he's the pilot.
That was that one. That was just that one time I crashed.
The
No,
one
that I take
time I
really seriously.
crashed.
Like, I've got my official Airbus throttle quadrant. I don't have my yoke set up. It's somewhere there. I have like terabytes of hard drive just for scenery. I haven't switched to Microsoft Flight Simulator yet. I think I really need to do that. But I use X-Plane, which technically has a better physics model, but when you're flying a commercial aircraft, it's we're still flying a desk, so having a great physics model sometimes is not necessarily that advantageous. But
but actually,
And I have something for you, Nick,
huh,
that will make Nick scream like a little girl.
uh-oh.
Oh, I like this already.
I have an as used on Star Trek The Next Generation communicator pin for you. Signed by one Sir Patrick Stewart.
ooh, that would be interesting.
He gave me a whole load of them.
Patrick Stewart or Captain Picard. Like my parents never took me to church, but I would watch Star Trek with my dad, and I tell everybody I've learned my morals and values from Captain Picard. He's actually a pretty good role
Yeah,
model.
it's not bad. Except for being French.
A very British French, which I guess I finally explained. um, which I find kind of funny, which kind of makes sense.
So they did that in the new season or new series rather.
Yeah, like why they're so French. Oh, I'm sorry, so British.
So did you say you had a group to play with, or you didn't have a group to play with?
Well, I do have on Discord. There's some people who I'm going to start playing with. Like I made a character. They have like this character sheet. The only problem is we're all over in different time zones, so we've been trying to coordinate. Like where some days, like I will be the one who has to stay up late. Other days, somebody else will. Um, Unfortunately, at people who are our age are kind of like in the middle of our careers, and we have to stop doing some childish stuff because adulting comes in. Like I can't be up at 1 in the morning if I have to go to work the next day. But summer's coming up and I'm not working over the
Hey,
summer.
Nick,
So
I happen to know this
yes.
crazy American who runs a Discord group of role-playing gamers.
You need to send me the
He's
link
right
and
above
maybe I
you
can
right
introduce.
now on the screen.
That's why I
Oh,
was asking. Twice a week. Well, twice a week. The large group I'm in, we play. It's on Friday nights and then on Saturday nights, just because that works with my schedule, and I'm the only one that in the group that has completely inflexible situation. Um, but one of them, like you, is a teacher, and so summer's coming up for him as well. Uh,
we've got nothing better to
so,
do.
but the the game system we're using right now, it's very easy to pick up. It's called the D6 system. It's what they
Okay.
use to as the engine for the original Star Wars role playing game.
Hmm. Well, that I used to
Oh,
play too. I do. Yeah, I remember that
okay.
one. Um,
That worked
in fact,
out.
Star Wars canon I know is from the role playing games.
And
Um,
this Star Wars game we're doing, um, I guess we're kind of doing a sequel right now, but it's started back in 1995, and while there's only two of the original players left, me and one other person, it's been the same storyline for 25 years now almost.
oh
So
wow!
yeah, but that one, if you want to get your feet wet again, you're more than welcome
I
to.
I was just going to ask if there is an opening.
Yep.
Um, because just today I was watching this show sitcom Ghosts, and the person went on a role playing game, and my wife looked at me. I go, "I bet you understand what they're talking about." I'm like, "Dude, he rolled a 20." I know exactly what that means.
Yeah, I love the fact the husband is a big dork on that show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a funny show. I usually don't get into sitcoms, but that one is creative. I do like it. Oh, that's
Mhm.
what I was going to say. You guys were mentioning the writer's strike here in here in Hollywood. This morning, they were talking about the strike, and they interviewed this writer who started complaining about a living wage. And just based on the place where he was in, I was able to pinpoint where it was. It had, I mean, his living room had more expensive stuff than I probably have in my entire house. And I was just pulling my hair out going, you need a living wage. You have a living wage. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't support their claims. I mean, they do have valid points, but I'm not really eager to support you when you're sitting there in designer clothes in a $5,000 a month apartment trying to convince me that you need a living wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed it to my students. I'm like, because they always talk
I
about privilege, and they all go to like Ivy League schools. Like, don't you have to go to an Ivy League school to be a writer?
What gets me is, though, they don't have a valid point.
Yeah,
They signed the damn contract.
that's the other thing.
Boo-hoo,
Yeah.
tough luck. If you
I
don't like a contract, don't sign it.
Yeah,
No
don't
one's putting a
sign
gun
it.
to your head.
And it's not I mean, their job is very specialized and it requires skill. It's a lot different than when we say we need to give a living wage to underskilled labor, because yeah, you're right. I mean, we don't pay a lot for that, and it is difficult to live here in California. But your job is different. Like, I mean, at the university, if they don't I don't get paid as much as other people just because that's how politics work, but I don't complain about it because I agreed to do it. If I agreed to do the job and accept the salary, then it's like, right. And if it didn't pay my bills, then I just go somewhere else because I have skill. So this whole idea that, oh, we have to have a living wage, we can't survive as writers, I go, well, then don't take those contracts. Just, you don't have to do it.
Yep,
So,
that's I 15 years. My sole income came from writing and editing projects in a variety of fields, and
mhm,
then I took a couple of bad contracts, and so half of what ultimately scuttled my career was the choices I made. And again, one of those choices was going back to being freelance, and then
mhm,
not choosing wisely. But I I'm in two minds about what they're trying to get here, because in some cases, yeah, they signed the contract, but they signed the contract before certain formats existed, like streaming services. The contract referred to
mhm,
syndication on television broadcast. Doesn't talk about computer re-airing, computer network re-airing. Same thing when I was at TSR. Uh, Even though management was warned that by writers on staff that no, the contract is not precise enough. You can't do this. They put well, there was more to the issue than I'm simplifying it right now, but
mhm,
Dragon Magazine. There was a big role playing game publication for many years, and they had short stories in there. The short stories were most vast majority of the contracts said that the writers would get additional payment for anthologies and for reprints of the stories. From basically management, when they did the Dragon Archive edition, they put like 300 issues or so on a set of CDs,
mhm,
and
mhm,
they didn't pay the writers with the contracts the additional royalty payments for anthologizing the stories, because they said, well, we're not anthologizing the stories, and plus this is digital, this is a different format, this is not reprinting them and collecting them in collections. Well,
mhm.
they of course the format didn't exist when these contracts were signed in the early 80s, and uh, so a good lawyer was able to, and just writers were able to argue that no, the way this is worded, you didn't specify. Now, so TSR ended up, as I understand it, they either had to recall those whole editions and re-edit those magazines. I think they just paid the writers. Um, but it's a similar issue with some of the issues with the Writers Guild of America. They're
Yeah,
not getting paid for things that they think they're due because they should be earning residuals on reruns.
which I agree with. I do agree with that. I,
Yeah,
I,
but
I, I was talking to my wife this
technology
morning. I
changed.
wonder if they're afraid of AI, like if that somehow is related to it, because I saw they were demanding like minimum staffing, and I wonder it's because AI. Like, I thought I had a career which I could never be replaced. No, yet now with AI, it's like, yeah, I could see a robot
If
professor.
if they're worried about that, then they are immensely stupid and have been sniffing their own stories. There is no AI in existence in the world today. Not one. We're not even close.
Yeah.
I know media likes to hype this up. No, we have a few clever algorithms That's it. But that is as close to an AI as you are to a chimpanzee.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree. I
That's
saw
the
that.
kind of evolutionary difference we're talking about from where we are now to AI.
I did see that our friend Jose got into a fight with AI. And I was wondering if
Twice,
he
twice.
like
Oh,
does
that was
he not
priceless.
realize? Does he not understand that it is AI? Like, does he?
Yeah, he
No,
does.
You got
I don't
No.
think he does, Dan.
Well,
I
this is
honestly, I don't think he does.
see, Phil. I would agree with you, except this is the second time he's had a fight with AI. He also had a fight with AI when they deleted the original Delete Laws
That's
clips
right. That's
channel,
right.
and he was arguing with Google's AI.
Right, but that's why I don't think that he
Even
gets that
after it
it's
told
not.
him three
Yeah,
times that it was AI, he continued to argue with it and tried to, it gets better, he tried to win an argument with an AI based on an emotional argument.
right, which is the same thing he did with this. Yeah, yeah, I know.
Mhm.
gosh.
It's
I
a
just
machine. Even if it existed, it doesn't have emotions.
right.
He's wow. Yeah, there are people at my university who don't like the fact that I have shown my students how to use ChatGPT and how to use it to help them in their studies. And I think that's silly because it's just a tool. That's it.
Hmm.
I remember when I was a student, Wolfram Alpha was coming out, and oh my God, everybody was going crazy. Like, oh, students can just put in the problems into Wolfram Alpha, and in my opinion, those of us who learned how to use AI as a tool and become early adopters of it are going to benefit more from it than when it becomes accessible or sort of common knowledge. And so I think we're doing at least some of the professors who are like, oh, don't tell students we can do that. I think we're actually doing the disservice. I mean, I use ChatGPT. I started to use it to do my lecture notes. Now, I don't just copy and paste, but it's really helpful instead of me having to go through, so, okay, I need to cover this, I need to cover this. I just say, okay, here's the topic, and it makes a really nice outline for me to use, and it saves a crap load of time. It's just a
Yeah.
tool.
See, that's
Well,
kind of
the
I haven't
problem
used.
is those who are against AI are also stupid because there's no way to put it back in the box. It's too late. It's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of things like, oh, you're not allowed to clone humans. Look, there's one thing about science. If it can be
Mhm.
done, it will be done.
Yeah.
Um, Which, by the way, in Picard, I started using this with my students. I love that line which Sidney LaForge said that there's no law or phenomena in physics that cannot be weaponized.
Hmm.
Like that is so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
That non-cloning, not cloning humans though. That's usually more of a religious. There's more of a
Yeah,
religious
and
backing behind that than there is actual science
Yeah,
or
but
a legitimate argument from a scientific perspective.
look how
what
much
about designer
damage
children?
though that argument has done. The US's religious-based stupid decision they had back in the 90s about outlawing stem cell research.
Yes, yes,
Oh yeah, I remember
That
that. I remember that.
set the world back with things like cancer treatments, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. That set us back 40 fucking years. That has set us
yes.
back. Because a group of religious nut jobs didn't understand what the hell everyone was talking about and thought they were going to be harvesting babies for this.
Yeah, like oh, they're going to be killing more babies too. It's like oh dear God! But our country has a great history with one. Yeah, I mean, it's happened. Like, let's ban books. We got to teach creationism, all this stuff. I was like, America is such a interesting dichotomy. Like, we have some of the best universities in the world. Um, our power, a lot of it comes from, we do have a smart populace. Again, technology wins our wars, but at the same time, we have this strange streak of anti-intellectualism at the very same. It's just it fascinates me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nick, on that. I find it just rather curious. Like I don't understand what the really objection is. Like I don't get it, but I find it fascinating. I find that's why I kind of go over to these other um, Josh and Jerry's channel, just because I find it the lack of thinking is interesting to me to watch them try
I
to struggle.
Yeah,
I think they're
I,
scared, to be honest, and what a lot of it does come down to is fear. They don't know what their place is in the world anymore. Remember, the people you're talking about would have been the manual workers that you required pre-automation. Well, they're no longer
mhm.
required. They don't have a place anymore in the world. And nothing's been done to give them a place, to give them that opportunity to actually
I
work, to
agree with that.
grow,
We've done a
to fit
piss
into
poor job of
society.
that.
So they've been cut out of society and just thrown to one side. And no one thinks that, hang on, as more and more things become automated, we're going to have more and more of these people. The situation's going to get worse. And sooner or later, something bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
Burying our heads in the sand won't do anyone any favors on this.
Yeah, it's
I'll be okay, Dan. My
sorry.
my
I have a
governor's
second
god'll
screen.
my governor's god'll fix it. So I'll be okay, Dan.
Yeah, let me know how well that one works out.
Well, why do you think I went to the jelly god, Dan?
Well, yes, we
I
have formed our own new religion now.
yeah, I still don't get the jelly god thing. But
Coded. It started with the whole thing from Coded, so we now have the Jelly God. We've started working on commandments now, Steve. We're taking this shit seriously. We have our first commandment enshrined.
All
Anyone
hail.
who's cruel to dogs should be thrown into a deep pit and set on fire.
All hail the jelly god.
See?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Liz.
Liz is my hero.
Why am I your hero?
I don't know. I just felt like saying
That's
that.
because I'm here to tease you.
Oh, because I like her name. That's why. Liz Lizarbreath. Like, I mean, that is a cool name.
Just a nickname.
yeah, she's
It's your what do they call it? Your appellation or your what do the sovereign citizens say? It's not your real. It's not your government name.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they only say that because they can't say nom de plume.
Ah,
That's right. Yep.
Hello,
Yeah.
Dave.
yeah, Liz, I appreciate you trying to educate this idiot, but I simply do not see where to turn on people's names. And I know at one point I had them on, and I could have sworn that I go to settings, and because it says participant's name, it's the very top thing.
Is
And
it turned on?
yeah,
Did you turn it off and then turn it back on?
yep.
Did
I've
you
done
power cycle everything? You know tech is going to ask that.
Change the way you've got people in the window, Steve. It
Yep.
may be that.
I
Not
tried that
all
too.
of the formats have the names appear.
Let me try that. Let's see. Non-video. Show graphics and screens on top of videos, and that is on. So in theory, it should be everywhere now.
It's just broken. It's fine.
So
I usually kick mine, so
I will blame Dan for it.
Curse at it
Kick.
and wow, that usually works.
kick. It's Kick's fault.
His kicks.
Poor
I
kid.
told you, curse at it in Welsh, that works.
Kick is a
Welsh, not
wise
Klingon.
person.
Yeah. Kick is
I
as an actual person. Kick is one of the most decent human beings that I met recently.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy. I mean, there's some stuff which he says which I sometimes disagree with, but the majority of the time, he speaks a lot of wisdom.
Somebody else.
Hank is saying you need to take the pinned message down.
Uh-oh, here's Hank. We're all in trouble now.
Okay. Does it not work?
You still have Surrender Monkey's text
I do.
pinned to the screen?
Yep.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh,
There you go. Hey. Nice call,
Bingo.
Hank.
Well, there we go.
someone is smart. SMURT. Okay. Yay.
Just wanted to come up so I can make sure you understood what I was saying, so you
Make
could
sure I
get
stop. Yeah, I hadn't seen it because every so often the chat locks. For example, I'd not seen that Dave had come on, which means people are going to start getting banned.
Only Australians.
Oh yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
which don't
Canadians.
exist anyway. So
Carrie, we love you though.
yeah, we do. I think she. I don't know if she's still around or not.
I think she took off.
She was just here a moment, then she had to leave. Professor Nick. So you actually really are professor. You're not just some YouTube guy that gives himself a title or a rank. Cool.
False titles.
Yeah, actually, there's a friend of mine that computer engineer. He was working for some company that was developing software, and they just like so many other companies, they just laid a bunch of people off, and he was one of them. And the next day, he has a gig teaching at a university lined up. So um, their loss is the future's gain, as they say. But again, file it under people I know are a lot smarter than I am. uh, since the guy again, he does computer. Well, I guess he's a bit like if I understood you correctly, Dan, both engineering and computer science. Uh, so yeah,
Yep, it just means we fully understand how to make the things that blow up.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Vic,
that
or Nick, you know that one very well. You can't help it sometimes.
I know.
You and I have gone around and round about this at times.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just on a panel where I was kind of losing my temper and resorted to, uh, "You're just stupid and don't know what you're talking about."
You can't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, the person was being so ridiculous, like didn't understand basic trigonometry,
It's okay. Walk away.
and
Either
yeah. And but to be fair, this person, he was the one who challenged me to quote prove him wrong, and when I proved him wrong, he had to resort to insults. But then I turned around and just started resorting to insults and saying that he had the mind of a fifth grader, which, yeah, I could see how that's kind of condescending and a-hole-ish. But every once in a while, it's good to do that. But like ZXL is saying, yeah, I mean, in retrospect, it probably wasn't my finest moment. But
if I could go back to being a fifth grader, yeah, they were pretty smart back then.
yeah, God, I had all the time in the world to play role-playing games back then. In
Nick,
fact, I probably
don't make
played
me
too many
babysit you
role-playing
again.
games. It was with Sovereign.
Oh, God.
Right, but
Really,
What,
don't make me babysit you again.
what was the
but
program about the fifth graders?
Are
Oh,
you smarter
are
than
you
a fifth
smarter than a
grader?
fifth
Yeah,
grader?
yeah. That's it.
I
That's
think
it.
it was actually third grader.
I don't care. All those little elementary kids, they have that retained knowledge right then and there, and they can remember it.
And all of them smarter than Chili.
Right.
he has a mind of a fifth grader. No, like I said, that leads me right into, I think I finally will show Califa's little video. And so I'm sorry, Hank, you were saying?
I was getting my dog's attention. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, was that his
Which my
tail?
dog is also smarter than Chili, but hey.
Yeah, yeah. That his tail.
Sheep's
I heard
way smarter than Chili. Sheep's awesome.
And it goes Jonathan argument. Sean is one of the people on Sovereign's channel. Who's Sean? I don't
Is
know.
that his son?
No, that's Ryan, isn't it?
I don't know.
Shaw? I don't know. Sean Hawkins?
I was going to say, yeah, the other streamer.
I like his channel. Oh, yeah, Sean's great.
Oh, he's great.
I've
We've
just
had him
recently
up,
started
Hank.
watching him.
No, that's someone else I don't know, apparently.
Dave, have fun.
See you, Dave. Thanks for popping in.
Raccoon.
Give him a cigarette. He'll go out and smoke it. It'll be fine. I don't know where that came from, but let's see. I am looking for this.
Why did he have to go outside to smoke the cigarette?
Well, raccoons are civilized creatures. They don't want to leave cigarette smoke in your house. I'm assuming he's a non-smoker. Let's see. Is that as big as it'll go? I think that's as big as it'll go. But Cap does these, so I'm going to. So anyhow, if you haven't seen this already, this is very informative, and it proves my theory that Chili is a alien that self-impregnates, and he's here to conquer the Earth. Him and his kind.
I love it.
Is he going to taser his junk?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm convinced.
It would have been better if he would have tasered his junk.
Yeah, I know. That was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like that's
Completely ruined us.
that's
I have seen Peter Gabriel twice.
a
That
lot.
song's not ruined. You can't ruin that song.
You haven't seen Hank's video.
Yeah.
Hank.
Hey, it was
I'm
an
pretty
appropriate
sure I
song.
did.
It was very appropriate for that video.
It was. It was.
It
Yes.
was, yes. But now
Hey,
you
Cap.
can never hear that song without seeing that video in your mind.
Right. Right.
Hey, Cap, can we see the follow-up video of like the alien popping out of him now? What 40 weeks would be?
Well, here's hoping it leaves alien style.
Dave, can't let you do that, Dave. Dave was here earlier.
All
Maybe that,
hail Dave.
yeah.
I believe Dave left to go fight a raccoon or something.
Yep.
Dave's not here, man.
Oh, of course. Why did I not get that reference? I am going to go hang my head in shame now.
You're about to go sign off because the meds are really working.
Yeah. Actually, once again, I'm having way too much fun to keep an eye on the time. So, yeah, I probably should wrap this up soon because I'll hate myself tomorrow otherwise.
At least make it 6 more minutes.
Yeah, no. That's what I was going to say. That I think we'll do 6 more minutes. Everybody want to put in the last word?
No,
No.
that's my last word.
Ha coded.
Oh, I was going to ask. It's tomorrow night. You're doing the coded debate, right?
Well, not confirmed yet.
We don't know.
No.
We don't know if he'll be allowed for starters.
Oh yeah, YouTube will be like, oh, you gotta do that.
Are you gonna at least be on Demon's stream though?
I'm waiting to hear back from Demon.
Okay.
Oh wow. Because
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. Were you on? What's her name? De Laguna, Laura De Laguna, Lauren De
Yeah,
Laguna.
I've been on. Yeah, I was on that shit show. Yes,
You were on
Yeah.
there with Turtle Boy, yeah?
yes.
Yes, Turd Hole Boy.
Yeah, and oh, you were playing by the rules of the game. Turtle Boy was being an asshole, and Luna or De Laguna couldn't control him or wouldn't control him.
Wouldn't.
No, she won't. She won't.
And that ruined that whole thing. I mean, part of me was going, God, I feel sorry for her that she has such a jackass that she can't control. And then as it proceeded, I went, no, she has the tools. She can just, like, I'll do.
Well,
And I do believe he hit the wrong button.
No, he didn't.
No, I would do that on purpose. I threw myself backstage. But in partly I was, because you could also. Which she wasn't taking advantage of. And seeing Coded's behavior on his own stream and the side chat comments he makes, I'm wondering if he isn't that kind of quote debater that he's just going to yell and scream and carry on like. Well,
Yes, he is.
Oh yes, he's a master debater.
So do you think Irish Demon will be able to control the situation better than?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Lauren is a total sycophant for Turtle Boy.
Demon back in the day used to host debates between flat earthers and normal
Humans.
people.
and normal people. Yeah,
I think Team Skeptic used to too.
Yep.
that's how he got his start, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we were blessed with the sovereign citizens, and
then they merged.
yes, they merged, and
True.
then of course there was our friend DeCastro. He's a once in a lifetime person.
He's a sovereign auditor.
Yeah, sovereign auditor. He's the number one auditor. He's the best.
I came up with the new title for myself. I'm going to be because I kind of mixed Kim Blandino and a few others. I'm going to be a voluntary Department of Motor Vehicles license inspector, and I'm just going to go around to all the auditors and demand that I see their licenses.
Hasn't he created himself a bloody passport and declared himself as the ambassador of somewhere or other?
He's an ambassador of the kingdom. Now, this is the important part: the kingdom of Israel.
Oh,
Yep.
And he's going to be the ambassador until Jesus comes back to claim his rightful kingdom.
I would like to know where all of their business licenses are.
They don't have them.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
if you're a
that's what he's
monetized channel,
I'd be just curious to see their tax returns myself, the Schedule C's that they if they're doing as well as they claim they are.
We're pulling for you, Dan. We're pulling for you. Discovery.
I hope that they are
Yeah.
tax returns, because there's Schedule C income due on that. There's Social Security and all kinds of stuff that they have to pay.
But like I've said, my target primarily in this lawsuit isn't Chile, it's Jeff Lloyd.
Right.
Which
I want to see Matt DeCastro.
yes,
I want to
Yes.
know if that's a true person.
Yep.
Chili's just going to appear on 2 screens.
Ugh.
Well, he's wide enough these days.
He's gonna have a problem with his initial appearance because he actually has to have an in-person appearance.
So yeah, here's Chilito.
Hit the button.
Matt DeCastro.
Smash the button. Smash the like button.
Hit the button.
Yeah.
That's so. Matt DeCastro will talk, and then he'll go off camera, and then on the other screen you'll have.
Yeah, right.
It did, Becca. It did.
Actually, no, that's Matt DeCastro right there. That's Matt DeCastro, and that's Chili.
Right.
I think you need the other hat, the captain's hat.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm sure there's got to be some admiralty
and-
law.
Yeah, that's the right one for Chile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's more accurate. But I can't see a damn thing because there's just window glass in those. So, there we go. Because I don't know I can't figure Chili out in his glasses. 1 minute he said he can't see, and the next minute he.
I think they might be legit reading glasses. But
I think they're reading glasses.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be driving with them. That's kind of weird, but
See, that's the part that.
well, he only puts them on when he's driving, when he's trying to read the text of his live stream while he's driving.
that's right.
Oh.
Right, but when he got tossed in the back of the cop car and they took his glasses off, he freaked out because he can't see.
That's right.
Well, he also said he got punched in the nuts. He also said a lot of things that we all know aren't true.
Speaking of those
He's a
videos,
constitutional law scholar. Yeah.
is any of that the beginning of that? Did anybody see when the other officers rolled up? Did any of them have tasers or guns out?
No, they didn't.
No.
That's so funny for him. He says, "Oh, cops don't react well to me because I have an alpha personality." Actually, quite the opposite was true. They didn't seem the least bit concerned about him.
No.
Well,
no.
it's because if you're actually alpha, you don't have to tell people you're alpha.
Yeah.
If you have to tell people alpha, you're beta.
Yeah. Yes.
Most of them, I think, the impression I get is they look at him like they're assessing him for 5150. Like they're just trying to figure out, do I really need to take this guy in or not?
Trying to
God,
figure
that
out
was so
what
nice
drugs
to
he
him.
was on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially in Vegas, that was hilarious.
And what? Again, I made the sarcastic comment that he must have put his chapstick on with trowel because oh my God, what his lower lip just it was.
The skin was actually peeling off of it, though.
That's
If you
a
look at-
condition from meth and cocaine.
It's conditioned from smoking through a glass pipe
Okay.
because you burn your lip.
Okay. Oh, so
Allegedly, or so I've heard from a friend.
Hypothetically, allegedly.
Yeah.
dry mouth. Yeah.
It was more than dry mouth. I mean,
Oh, and I couldn't believe they double cuffed him. I mean, he could have put his hands in his pockets. It's like,
Well, people here have several people have heard me say this before, but I've been handcuffed a couple of times. It was all thoroughly misunderstanding, but seriously, at least it was in the one case.
It wasn't. He's an axe murderer. He's an axe murderer.
I will find out where that castle is, Dan, and I will come for you. So be careful what you say. But I've smashed his shoulder up several times, so it doesn't. It hurts me to try to take it back and around like that. And I said that to the police. Again, when I have to deal with police, I know to be very polite and calm and answer their questions, and it will be an easier day for everybody, and it'll be over much quicker than otherwise. And I said this to them, and yeah, they gave me the double handcuffs. So, and plus I'm a chunky guy, and to get the arms back there, that chunky guy plus shoulder equals double handcuffs. But you're right. They actually didn't even chain, sort of combine them in a way that kept his arms back.
Mhm.
He had them at his side. So him whining about his shoulder and all that other nonsense, that's all it is. It's nonsense.
I
Apparently
do
his
love
arm's
that
still
he
good.
got the wrong nerve.
Yeah, he got the wrong nerve.
Oh, my older nerve. No, radio.
I love that there's pictures prior to that showing the same location already has a mark.
Yeah.
Mhm.
From back in the Ironton days, where he
Mhm.
claimed again that it was the police that had done him, despite the fact that they handcuffed him from the front.
Yeah, that's right. They even gave him that respect because they're like, "Oh, we'll just handcuff you in the front."
Huh.
Is that lawsuit still going, or
Yes.
did they finally dismiss
Yeah,
it?
that
Oh.
one's still going, although Chile
It's been
really,
dismissed
really
once.
should be wishing it wasn't still going. Chile went and committed
Yeah, I mean,
absolute perjury to the judge. Provable perjury.
yep.
He submitted doctored video evidence, but wouldn't give it to the City of Ironton's lawyers, who eventually got it off the judge, looked at it and went, this has been doctored. Here, Your Honour, here's the original body cam footage. And that's where that case currently sits of, yeah, Chile just committed perjury to a federal judge. And
Yeah.
it's
Surrender
important
monkey.
because it's a federal judge.
I thought you were
There's no-
calling me a hobo.
There's no issue of extradition. That warrant's servable anywhere in the United States.
Did I miss?
Hobo jizz. I looked at it real quick.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you would. Oh, so you misunderstood. Okay.
Lost
Yes,
connection there.
but that would explain his lips, though.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Or
there's
his
something
lip,
about,
more accurately, his lip.
yeah, maybe there's something about hobo jizz that cures burns quicker than any kind of balm. I don't know. I've never tried it.
Hey! Now I come from the state with the Hobo National Museum. Don't be talking badly about hobos.
Oh, that.
Unfortunately, none of the attractions in the museum have a home yet.
Yeah, how does he hold the dual phones and put elbows down, on armrests and the windows and yeah, not
Well,
buying it.
That. I mean, if his shoulders are as bad as he claims, he's doing
Did you
that.
just do the meth down?
Actually, again, being a fake American, I could not figure out what he meant by, touchdown.
Meth down!
Yeah.
No, that's not even the touchdown position, though.
Oh, it's
No,
not.
that's the meth down position.
But it's what referees basically. It's kind of what they do when there is a touchdown, right? Except their hands, I think.
And you got about a 45-degree. It's your arms are your shoulder to your elbow should be about a 45-degree up.
Oh, yeah, not gonna do. So okay, so his touchdown thing is very loosely a touchdown position. Well,
Yeah, he'd like to be.
yeah. So it's just another goofy kind of
Yeah, it's the meth down position.
the meth down position. Yeah.
I liked the multiple goalposts behind him, so he could just keep moving it. Oh, that was my favorite part. Symbolism of that was just...
Yeah. All right, guys. I am going to have to wrap this up, guys and gals, because yeah. Otherwise, well, hell, I don't even really know how this will affect me. But hey, thank you guys for all coming out for the first late show with with Steve, and being a far more entertaining discussion panel than those other shows we were looking at earlier that are now suspended, like Gutfeld. I think we're far better than Gutfeld, 100%.
Oh, yes.
But Nick, if you're still here, drop me an email.
Is it on your
It
YouTube
is.
page?
I'll put it here in chat as well, so you can copy it.
Hey, Steve, you've got to leave on your song, though. Since you now officially have a song.
Yes, I did look it up earlier, and yes, so that will be the last thing we'll do. And that's my email. Just drop me a line.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
You see it over there? If not, yes, it is also on the. If you go to the About on the YouTube page, you'll find it. Under.
Especially since Hank sung it for you. I thought that was awfully kind of him.
Yes, I should probably use it every time I'm on here, and until they decide to. Wait, did I go off of it? Yeah, I did. Let me get back to it. It was. I no longer look good naked.
Yeah. Or I don't look good naked anymore.
Oh, there you go. Yes, this is an excellent song to. And as I said, other people have looked this up. I didn't even have to finish typing it. There's a Minecraft video for "I Don't Look Good Naked Anymore" as well, apparently.
Yeah, but Minecraft stuff will definitely get you in trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, stop it. So again, I have. Yes, teching is hard.
Steve was graduated from the Irish Demon School of Technology.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. I actually dropped out. I didn't even graduate. One day I'll figure out how to actually not have to play the sound.
I think Steve tried to save money and go to Shuggy School of Tech.
Oh, dear God, he's fucked.
All right, so we need to share.
Wait, there's no flames coming out of his computer. He hasn't gone to Shuggy School.
Well, and again, the frightening thing is a lot of people in my unit at work come to me to ask computer questions. That's the frightening thing.
Thanks for hosting and having us up.
Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you.
It makes it a lot more entertaining. But I'm gonna kick everybody down, so the song will be focused, if that's all right with people.
Good night, everybody.
Absolutely. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night, all.
Good night. And Ashinia, severe carpal tunnel syndrome. Yep, that is true. Really? It's if you go click on like business offers or opportunity or I think it's on like hidden under business offers or business opportunities or something like that. It's the only place I could figure out where to put the email. But here we go with the song, my theme song, according to Dan, and I agree. And again, thank you everybody for hanging out and making this fun. And hopefully you'll be back for another time. Hopefully you'll be back another time.
Well, my body could use a little slimming. I keep my shirt on when I go swimming. And I ain't seen my feet since 1984. The old lady wants a roll in the hay. We turn the lights down all the way. Cause I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried double wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I won't fit for the door. And I don't look good naked anymore. Well, I used to be a hell of a man. I chopped wood with just one hand. But I can't do the things I've done before. Well, it all happened kind of slow, but I guess I kind of let myself go. Now I don't look good naked anymore. I don't look good naked anymore. I'm the deep fried double wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door, and I don't look good naked anymore. With each and every passing year came a lot of French fries and beer. And my belly hung a little closer to the floor. Now my belly is big as a truck, and the old lady don't wanna. She don't wanna, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried double wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I'll go through the door. I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried double wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I'm walking right out the door, and I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore.
And of course, I ended the stream on an absolute tech failure as well because I forgot to focus on the video. So, all right. Again, thank you, everybody. And that song is fantastic. Dan, when you played it over on your stream earlier, I got the first couple of verses and I had to step away. So, yes, thank you for bringing it up. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you next time. And have fun wherever you're going.